Alright. This is time for me to finish searching for dragons, so this is the second video of chapter 18. Jack was early too. He parked his wagon in a corner of the field and did a brisk business selling 7-league boots, cloaks of invisibility, and magic rings, along with wrapping paper and tape, to those who had forgotten to bring wedding presents. Well, that's smart. Nearby, all 9 of Morwood's cats prowled on, around, under, and through the stacks of gifts that covered the 6 long benches that had been set out to hold them. Whenever someone brought a new package to lay on the benches, 3 of the cats would converge on him and purr loudly, while the others kept a watchful eye on the rest of the presents. Oh my god. Cats. Slowly, the meadow filled up. Everyone was in a good mood, everyone was on his or her best behavior, and everyone was trying to be helpful. Even Simrine's family seemed to be having a good time. Her father was deep in conversation with Dabalon, discussing ways of discouraging marauding giants. Several of her sisters were comparing notes with the dragon's ex-princesses, while their mother helped Queen Alexandra and her daughters, who did not seem nearly as awful as Mendenbar remembered, set bowls of punch and trays of sandwiches on the table at the far end of the meadow for people to nibble on until dinner was served. Herman and his flock of children, including Crown Prince Jorlem, arrived and brought several bags of walnuts from Jack to feed the squirrels. Jorlem was delighted to discover that the squirrels would give him advice about quests. He went through 3 bags of nuts before the ceremony began and had to be almost dragged to his seat when the time came. His uncle, Prince Rupert, showed up at the last minute, wearing a black cloak and an enormous fake mustache. He looked very wicked and thoroughly pleased with himself. Oh my god. Holy shit. Finally, everyone was there, everything was ready, and it was time. Resplendent in deep green velvet, milk-white satin, and his best crown, Mendenbar waited nervously while the musicians, a talented group of gold-winged shadow music elves, began the wedding march. Willen, who had at first argued, but not very hard, that he was not a proper person to be a groomsman because he was Mendenbar's steward, came down the long open aisle with Morwen, who was wearing her best black robe. Following them came Kazul, the matron of honor, and Telemaine, Mendenbar's best man. Then came Simrine, and Mendenbar forgot about everyone else. Instead of her usual crown of black braids, Simrine had let her hair hang in loose, shining waves down her back. She wore a wreath of fire flowers, specifically enchanted to burn without being hot or setting anything ablaze. Oh, she's so ready for the Hunger Games. From the wreath hung a veil of silver lace. Her bouquet was of fire flowers, too, and her dress shimmering snow silk trimmed with silver. She was stunningly beautiful. Ceremony went by at a blur, but Mendenbar was pretty sure he hadn't made any mistakes because suddenly he was kissing Simrine and everyone was cheering. He felt like cheering himself, except he would have to, he would have had to stop kissing Simrine. A finger poked him surreptitiously. With considerable reluctance, Mendenbar broke away from Simrine and turned. Enough, Telemaine said in a voice so low Mendenbar could hardly hear it over the cheering. Now it's time for the party. Mendenbar looked at Simrine, who gave him a wry smile as if to say that she didn't think it was enough either, but there was nothing they could do about it now. He looked back at Telemaine. I knew we should have eloped, he said. Ah! Simrine laughed and shook her head at him. You don't really mean that, any more than you mean it when you complain about the gargoyle, she said, taking his arm. Who told you that? The gargoyle did, she admitted, and they both laughed. Come enjoy the party. Arm in arm, the king and queen of the enchanted forest went to accept the congratulations of their guests. Oh my god, she's queen. I'm so excited. I mean, who's going to be from her perspective in the next book or another new character? It's so exciting. Oh my god. Okay, so I hope to get to the next one as soon as I can. I'm going to bring it with me when I go to Los Angeles. But thank you all for this ridiculous journey. I love it. It's so fun.